Fed Governor Brainard saying the Fed is likely going to need to shift its monetary policy from a policy of stabilization to a policy of accommodation, which means helping the economy achieve the level of growth that it had previously. Brainard said among the policies the Fed could shift to are stronger forward guidance and possibly linking it to employment outcomes, in other words, remaining low until certain employment outcomes are hit. Quantitative easing, additional bond purchases, and even yield curve targets, though she does say that yield curve targets have to be arrived at after considerable additional analysis. Brainard goes on to say that a thick fog of uncertainty now surrounds the United States. She goes on to say that the downside risks to the economy predominate, and that a second wave, she's very concerned about this, could reignite financial market volatility and market disruptions. Banks, she fears, could pull back on lending, and you could have a wave of insolvencies. She says the recovery strength is going to depend on additional fiscal support, along, of course, with monetary policy. And she urges Fed emergency facilities to be as broadly accessible as possible. Perhaps a concern on her part that maybe some of the current facilities are not. Melissa?
Does she sound much more pessimistic compared to other Fed governors or Federal Reserve Board members?
She does sound somewhat more pessimistic than other Fed governors, but the Fed overall has been more pessimistic than the market, and this continues that concern, the concern about uncertainty that really has been a consistent note from Fed Chair Jay Powell. But perhaps you're right, Brainard is more pessimistic than others, especially now she's speaking after this. These additional infections all around the country have surged.
Right.